Hello, everybody. George Bliss. I can hardly believe it. 2023 out here at the great rate, the Chicago Police Department versus the Chicago Fire Department. And again this year, I brought in the best of the best. Your announcer, your play-by-play for the game is going to be Spiro Frentzas. Spiro, take it away, and I'll be back a little later.
Hey, George. Thank you. Thank you for that nice introduction. We're back here for the 23rd annual CFD-CPD charity baseball game at Guaranteed Rate Field. This beautiful ballpark being hosted by the Chicago White Sox. We're here to look at some great baseball. Hopefully, it'll be an exciting game, George. Right now, the Chicago Police are warming up. Chicago Fire is the visiting team today as we're getting ready to start our 23rd annual charity baseball game here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Once again, we have to thank the Chicago White Sox for putting on this game and allowing us to have the privilege of playing in a major league ballpark. The captain of the Chicago Fire Department is Tony Budvaitis, number 18. He's been running the program here for about 23 years. And let's get ready to play some baseball. Leading us off for the Chicago Fire is Bobby Mason, as he's a left-handed batter, standing on the plate, waiting for the delivery. Cracks one foul down the left field side. As you can see, our pitcher is taking his time and looking down to the catcher. The delivery, high inside. Chop block to the shortstop. Shortstop guns him out at first base. Bobby Mason did not have the legs to beat that throw out. It was an easy shortstop to first base play out. As now we're getting ready for the Braves. Number 33, Okora Pasadnik. As we wait for the pitcher to give his delivery, first pitch, a little high. As with most of these amateur baseball players, you know, they're looking at speeds at around 80, 85 miles an hour. Nothing that the big leaguers look at around 95 to 100. So it's a little bit easier to catch up to those 80, 85 mile an hour fastballs. Pitcher's up in his delivery, the windup, foul ball right behind us. Some little kid's gonna have a really good baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the first inning. The delivery, even counted, 2-2. Now the pitcher's got to find his groove right now. He's kind of a little out of control. We're looking to see if he can bring it back in for strike 3. Full count. We're looking at a 3-2 count right now. Dakota's digging into home plate. He's crowding the plate a little bit. The delivery. That's a shot to dead center. Looks like easy can of corn. Out number 2. So Boniek made that catch out in center field. So right now we're looking at Dan Pedretti. Forgive me for my mispronunciation of his last name. As he digs into home plate. Line shot right to the shortstop. Bobbles it. Shortstop bobbles the play. Safe at first. So Fire have got their first man on base. Let's see where this leads to. Now you probably have one of the better lefty hitters in Todd Suchek, who's been playing baseball here for the last 23 years. Todd is one of those crafty veterans who just knows what to do with the baseball bat. Todd looks at strike 1. Ball was dead center of the plate. Todd gave him a look. You got runner on first. 1 out. Take that back. 2 outs. Man on first. The delivery. So right now you've got 0-2 count. Todd is not finding his groove right now. Pitcher gets into the windup and the delivery. Foul ball right in front of us here. Now, Todd's looking down the third base line to Tony Budvaitis, who is his manager, trying to figure out game strategy, what to do with the plate. It's an 0-2 count with 2 outs, man on first. Try to move the runner along. The delivery, high and inside. The umpire's trying to make this game go a little quicker. He's telling the pitcher to step it up and move along. You're in the delivery. Wind up, ball outside. You got a 2-2 count, 2 outs, man on first. Now, Todd is a dangerous hitter, so they're playing him cautiously. Todd's the type of batter who's not going to go chase anything. He's going to wait for his pitch. The delivery. Swing. Strike 3. End of the first inning. Be back in a minute. As we come into the bottom of the first inning, you've got John Kravitz on the mound warming up. He's got kind of an unorthodox motion for throwing as a pitcher, but what works is to get the ball over the plate. As we're progressing through the game here, you know, do you want to talk about the pre-ceremony that happened here today, honoring some of our brave police officers and brave firemen, risking their lives every day to protect this city of ours, and we're all very thankful that they do so. It's a big accomplishment on their part, what they do here for the city of Chicago. So we're very, very thankful, very grateful that they are providing their services to us. So it's the first batter for the Chicago Finest is Sweeney. As it delivered, shot down to our second base, clean field, out at first. So we got a nice play by the Chicago Fire Department as they are throwing the ball around the horn. So right now, the left fielder's up at the plate, Sean Moy. Let's see what he can do for the Chicago Police Department. So Kremazowski is into the windup, the throw, strike one. We're looking at a kind of a quick pace here for our pitcher here. He's back in the windup, the delivery, foul ball right by the first base line. Again, some fans going to have a lucky souvenir to take home with them. As we stand, 0-2 count, 1 out, bottom of the first, as our pitcher is in his windup. The delivery, outside corner, ball 1. So we're back here at the bottom of the first, 1 out. You got a 2-2 count. So our pitcher's arguing the zone with the umpire, and the umpire's not having any of that right now. He's looking at him and saying, find your zone, pal, find your zone. And the delivery, 3 straight balls by our pitcher. And, it's very difficult sometimes getting into a nice groove here. It's a major league ballpark. These amateurs aren't used to playing in these kind of conditions where it's a perfectly groomed mound, usually falling off. Wow, that's a shot to center field over. Oh, look at that. What a great catch out in center field. So I can find center field. Dakota Pezanek made a great play out in center field. So you got 2 outs, bottom of the first, and big Mr. Matthews is up. I would have said Dave Matthews, but it's not that Dave Matthews. So there we go in the windup. There we go in the windup. The delivery, foul block right back here. As I can hear all the ladies behind me screaming, going, ooh, a baseball. It's called the net, ladies. Net. So as we're trying to have a little bit of fun with the crowd behind me, the ladies are cheering on Dave Matthews as our pitcher is getting set into the windup. The delivery, high, 1-1. You got a 1-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Big Dave Matthews, big lefty, just digging into the batter's box right now, waiting for the delivery. Broken bat, doinks into right field. So the fire got a hit, and the police department got a hit. Now, up to the plate is number 19, Kyle Huber. So as of right now, we've got a man on first. You got a man on first. You got 2 outs. And Kyle Huber's at the plate. Another big lefty. As our pitcher gets into his windup, here comes the delivery. Sliced foul down the third base line. So as of right now, we're kind of evenly matched, trying to find each other's groove. The pitcher's trying to find his groove as the batters are getting more looks by the pitcher. Going back to earlier, they had a wonderful helicopter go overhead, which was amazing. Scared me to death. But you know what? It's nice to see how communities, both the Chicago Fire and Chicago Police, come in together. Back to the play at hand. Our pitcher is into his windup. And the delivery. That's a shot to center field. Looks like it should be an easy out. And caught by our center fielder is got to be Dakota Pezanek. Out number 3. End of the first inning. Top of the second. Fires up to bat. Now batting. Brian Miletic is up to the plate. Waiting for the pitcher and his delivery. Inside pitch. Right now they're just playing a little pitch and catch. Trying to get into a nice little groove. You got a 1-1 count on Brian Miletic. The delivery. Inside. 2-1. So right now, the first couple innings, you'll probably see a lot of people taking looks at pitches, get a feel for the pitcher, as Brian's doing right now. Foul ball Chop right in front of ours by the booth here. You got 2-2 count, no outs, top of the second. And Brian is just making this pitcher work for it. Slice down the first base line, foul ball. Right now you got a 2-2 count, top of the second inning. Brian digs in back into the plate. Pitcher's in his delivery. Inside, full count. Back to a full 3-2 count. Right now our pitcher's in his windup, delivery, foul tip, drop third strike. And the Fire have got a guy on first. Drop third strike. As the catcher's arguing that it was tipped, umpire saying, nope, drop third strike. You missed the ball. So as of right now, you got a man on first, no outs, top of the second. You got Scott Balsner at the plate. Scott had a little conversation with his manager at third base, Tony Budvaitis. Pitcher's in his delivery. Runner stealing second. He is out by a country mile. That was some play. Now pitching number 50, LaFavor for the Chicago Police Department. LaFlame. I thought that was enough. LaFlame pitching for the Chicago Police Department. Scott's taking a look. Scott chops one foul right behind us. Some kid's got a souvenir. Somebody caught it. LaFavor gets into his windup. The delivery. Strike two. Right now you got a 1-2 count, 1 out on the guy who's stealing second. Scott's taking a look at another pitch. Cracks one over the third baseman's head into left field. Seeing eye single. So right now you got a man on first, 1 out, and you got number 34 coming up to the plate, Nolan Bennett. Again, LaFavor is getting into his windup right now. The delivery, strike one. It looks like he's found his groove a little bit. He's challenging the Chicago Fire Department hitters to actually make contact. The delivery, outside. You got a 1-1 count. Got a man on first, top of the second inning. 1-2. Now, LaFavor is actually finding his groove. He's bringing in the pitches, getting them in there. He's in his windup right now. The delivery, foul ball back here. Another fan's got a souvenir to take home. So you got a 1-2 count, 1 out, man on first, top of the second inning. As Nolan digs in, ball skips into the catcher. You got a 2-2 count, top of second, man on first though. Looks like the catcher's trying to slow down the pitcher a little bit as he's getting rattled a little bit. As Bennett sets into home plate, the delivery from the pitcher, foul ball again. So you're talking 3 foul balls already. Bennett's walking around home plate, kicking dirt across the plate, settling in, set. Pitcher gives him the windup, throws the ball behind the batter. He got a full count now. George at 3-2, 1 out, top of the second. Let's see if Tony calls the old hit and run. Runner at first takes a sizable lead. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4. You got a man on first and second, 1 out. Now you've got the crowd favorite, it seems. Number 51, Rudy Lanziando. And I probably mispronounced his name. The delivery. Solid hit down the first base. See a nice single. Let's see. Does Tony bring him in? No, he's got him stopped at third. Bases loaded. You got a bases loaded. First pitch, seeing a nice single. Is this the year the Chicago Fire actually start cranking out some runs? We'll see. So now we've got Elliot Calibrialo. I don't know if I said that right, George, or not. Caballero, as I'm corrected by my colleague to my left. Caballero. Elliot Caballero. Now there's a meeting on the mound. How they're going to face Caballero. You got bases loaded. You got Budvaitis talking Caballero over at third base. George?
I love a squeeze bunt here, safety squeeze. What do you think?
Well, I would say yes, George, but the guy in third can't run as fast.
Yeah, but if you execute it in time.
If it's executed correctly, yes.
You tap it toward first, you can get it in. Let's see what happens.
That is true, but I don't know if they're going to trust the runners that they have on base right now. First pitch, low. Ball 1. I think Tony's plan is to make the pitcher pitch to Caballero. Make him find the strike zone. He's been missing the plate quite a bit lately. Delivery, foul ball right in front of us here. You got a 1-1 count, bases juiced, 1 out, top of the second inning. Pitcher gets set in his delivery, the windup, inside, ball 2. Tony's plan of making the pitcher work for it is working out well right now. Caballero is just sitting waiting for his pitch. The delivery. That touched the zone barely, but it touched the zone. Umpire calls strike 1. 2-2, 1 out, top of the second. The delivery. Shot down the third base line, foul. Speaking of our manager over at third base, Tony Budvaitis had a little back surgery, so he's not playing this year, which has got to be tough because he's one of the big power bats on that Chicago Fire team. They got 2-2 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Caballero's waiting for his pitch. Delivery, swing, strike 3. 2 outs. Still 2 outs. Top of the second. Base is still loaded. Right now, you got number 5 batting, Marty Knoll. All Marty has to do is get a ball through the infield. The delivery. Oh, little dinker. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be trouble. Whoa, what a great catch by the first baseman. Huber makes a great catch at first base. Over the shoulder, running towards the outfield for the 3rd out. This is the bottom. This is the top of the first. Over. Be right back. Now batting for Chicago's finest, number 41, Boanek. That's a shot down the first base line. That is a fair ball. Just hit the line going fair. That's a ground rule double. Great shot. First pitch starting off the bottom of the second inning. Ground rule double. Let's keep this game exciting. So shortstop's up. Bill Munoz. We got a man at second. No outs. Bottom of the second. Boanek's got to tie his shoe at second base. He was running so hard he untied his shoes. The pitcher, John Kravitz, is just trying to get himself set. Gets into his delivery, the windup, and the delivery. It's another shot down to center field. It is going to drop. That looks like it's going to score 1. Munoz is already going to third. Let's see, is there a play at third base? Safe at third. Triple for Bill Munoz. The finest get out to a 1-run lead. Right now, bottom of the second, 1-0. Thanks to Bill Munoz's triple. Right now, batting number 21, Justin Diaz. He's digging in. Pitcher Johnny Krause is just a little bit rattled, settling in, getting into his delivery, his windup. Strike 1. Any way to compose yourself, Mr. Kravitz? Right now, we're at a 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. High, 1-1. So Kravitz is trying to work fast right now to Diaz. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Here we go, 2-1 count. Kravitz gets into his windup. The delivery, 2-2, high. High outside. As, again, Kravitz is arguing with the umpire about his zone. He's not liking how these pitches are being called. He's trying to let the umpire know. Here comes the next pitch. Foul ball. So you got a 3-2 count, George. Full count. No outs. 1 run scored. Man on third. Let's see if Krause goes to his old slider to get him out. Delivery. Ooh. Just missed. Ball 4. You got men on the corners. Question is Macias going to send his guy to second or not? What are we going to do? Timeout's called. Big Tony Budvaitis is walking out to the mound right now to talk to his pitcher. So they're going to talk strategy, see what they can do, try to get somebody out right now. They cannot afford to let this game get out of hand. George, what are your thoughts?
Well, behind me is President Catanzara, John Catanzara, the head of the Fraternal Order of Police, Local 7.
Nice.
He won by a large margin this year, and a well-known leader in Chicago in the last 10 years. I'm going to try to get President John Catanzara down here. But by the way, while we're broadcasting here at the hardball game, Spiro, this Friday,
This coming Friday?
It's going to be a big softball game, literally right across the street. Same kind of group of guys, some softball players, some hardball players, but across the street, an FOP grudge match, as we call it.
There you go. Good grudge match. Here we go. Back to playing in hand. You got a guy in first. Diaz is taking a substantial lead at first base. We got the pitcher getting set. Delivery. Strike 1. George, I'm gonna look at Diaz take off at this pitch. You know, it only makes sense. You got first baseman, third base going to be playing in a little bit. He's going to be probably taking off at this pitch, my guess.
Well, that's what you do. If you lean, you throw over to first and get him leaning, and the major leaguers do that all the time. That was close.
That was
Todd over there at first base made a
Such-
nice tag.
Suchek's been around for so long. He's a crafty veteran. So Matt Segota is at home plate, digging in, waiting for his next pitch. You got a man on first and third. Looks like Diaz is going to take off on this pitch. The windup, and he goes. Strike. Stolen base, strike 2. You got a man on second and third right now, George. As I said, he was leaning. He was going to go. He went.
He did, but also bad throw, bounced in, but the infielder out there for Fire did cover it up well and looked home, so nobody going in from third.
The catcher needed to get that throw a little bit stronger there. So we got a man on second and third. 1 out. Nope, no outs. I take that back. Wind up the delivery. Ball 1. 2 strikes.
We got a special guest just walked in the booth, President Catanzara. You walked in and the guy hit a big hit. So all of a sudden you bring luck to the FOP team.
Well, he thought I was going to take his bat out of his hand and I was going to swing for him, so that's why he had to produce.
John, what's new at FOP? We watch your videos all the time. John Catanzara. You can go on Facebook. You've done some great things. You were elected by a large margin this year. Things are happening for you, but it's just begun, right?
That's to say the least. I think this unfortunate administration is going to be worse than the last. It's just a lot quieter. It's not about publicity and saying ignorant things in front of cameras, but the policies look like they're going to be even worse than Lightfoot's.
Absolutely. John, you've kind of been an open book to, I've seen you in public. People can call you on the phone and talk to you. You don't block people. You have an open door policy. I think that's why you won by 57%. I mean, who can call you? A normal person can call you with their concerns?
Listen, I even the people that hate the police or don't like what I stand for, you got a concern that you want to address and you think the FOP is racist or defends bad cops or any of that stuff,
field.
Schedule an appointment with my administrative assistant and I'll have a conversation with you and I'll explain to you why we do what we do and how we do it. And I guarantee you by the time you walk out of there, you're going to have a different perspective.
Okay, so Friday, we're doing a broadcast now at the big hardball game. Friday's a big game, FOP versus Local 2 Fire. Right across the street, this is a grudge match, 16-inch softball. That's the actual real game in this town.
Well, it's definitely going to be about who the real first responder in the city of Chicago is. So we'll see. It turned into a kind of a much more blood grudge match than originally anticipated when me and Representative Mike Kelly started trash talking each other, and it kind of grew from there. But it's going to be a lot of fun Friday night.
I'll be there helping out. They're going to live stream that on SSA broadcast, and you've been so kind, everybody. I see big things for you. I've been in politics and as a reporter for years, and people know you, and that's so crucial in an urban culture. They go, hey, that's John Catanzara. So, image is in key, but also policy. So you're going to be doing all kinds of great things this year. You got about 3 years, and then I understand you've got other thoughts. I don't want to talk in anything, but you've got some ideas, right, to move the city forward?
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen between now and the convention next year, but after the convention, if things don't change drastically between now and then, there's going to have to be some changes going forward. And focusing on Kim Foxx's replacements, priority number 1.
Right.
And we're going to go from there. That race is realistically more important than what even the mayor's race was earlier this year. It can literally change Chicago and Cook County overnight about policies, and it will force the judges in the courthouses to do the right thing.
Any other policies at FOP that our listeners should know about? You've done so much to improve the police department so far. You got all kinds of things going.
We obviously appreciate the support from the average Joe in the street, and I just want you to know that you can be proud of the work that the men and women of the Chicago Police Department do every day. They are literally out there trying to make the streets safe for everybody. Like I said, when we go back to the Kim Foxx thing and replacing her, and these criminals actually stay in jail, at least for some reasonable amount of time, the streets will be safer, businesses will come back, tax revenue will increase, and not your property taxes, unless Brandon decides he just wants extra money to blow on teachers' contracts. But we'll just leave it at that.
And you're always forward with your comments. I love that about you. We're going to see you Friday, and we're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a blast, and it's on. The fire department, this is a good game, but the real game is Friday night. It's going to be a real, I think, one to remember and a tradition going forward from there.
I noticed you were talking to the Preston family very kind. I say you're a leader. I see it. Talking to a family in a very difficult circumstance right behind us. John, I bless you for that. That's great. Great leadership. FOP President John Catanzara, we're going to see you soon. God bless you, buddy. All right. Back to you, Spiro. So Spiro is talking to President Catanzara. 3-0. Police have scored some key runs here in their half of the third, and that's it. So 3-0 as we go to the next half inning. George Bliss with John Catanzara and Spiro Frentzas. We'll be back from the Great Rate Field right after this.
So, top of the third, the finalists are leading 3-0. We just missed Macias give a line shot to Huber at first base for the first out. Now batting Dakota Pisarchik. Strike one. You got an 0-1 count, 1 out. Top of the third inning to Pisarchik. The delivery, you got an 0-2 count. LeFevre still pitching for the Chicago Finest. He's ahead of this batter, 1-2. LeFevre gets set, gets into the windup. His delivery, strike 3. Around the horn it goes. 2 outs, top of the third inning. You got number 15, the center fielder, Dan Pedretti, who made a great catch out in center field the previous inning. LeFevre is getting set, gets into his delivery. Foul ball right in front of us. 0-1. As the bat boy's trying to figure out if he should get the ball or not. Pitcher asks for a new ball. Again, Dan Pedretti, center fielder for Chicago Bravest, for the Bravest, is up at the plate. You got 2 outs, top of the third inning. LeFevre is getting into his windup. The delivery behind the batter. Now, I don't know if he threw it intentionally or if the ball just got away from him. We'll go with the ball got away from him. What do you think, George? Pitcher set, gets into his delivery. Shot down third base side. Third baseman gobbles it up. Got him at first base. Close, but got him at first. End of 3. We are back. It is the bottom of the third inning. Batting number 13, Kevin Sweeney. As he waits the pitcher for his delivery. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1. As my colleague to my right here is making jokes. Ball was a little bit outside, but got called a strike. Oh, we got a foul ball out in the stands by the first base side. So we got an 0-2 count. Bottom of the third inning. Pitcher gets set. Gets into his windup. The delivery. Strike 3. Sweeney gave a poor cut of a swing there. Right now batting is number 22, Sean Moy for the Chicago Police Department. George, your thoughts on this game?
Well, it's fantastic. The weather's incredible, and the play is good. You know, this is a high-level recreational ball. You know, I was just talking to another family here, the Ariana Preston's mother family. They lost Ariana Preston
tragically
on the streets of Chicago not too long ago. I'm going to try to get them on. It's a sensitive subject. I just wanted to say hello. You seem to know them a little bit. We'll do this next half inning.
We'll do it next inning.
We'll talk to the Preston
talk to
family.
Mom.
See if they're enjoying themselves. But how could they? It's when they showed the photo of the daughter.
Right. That's a shout out to the left field. Camped underneath. Easy out. Out number 2.
Right. So I'm going to try to do that because this is all for charity. You know, you got Vince Macias, or the police department, and
Tony Budvaitis to the
all
fire.
the guys, Tony, all in between people.
Yeah.
PJ Freyer from the ballpark, all kinds of security people.
PJ's been doing this for 23 years with the fire and the police, and she's done an amazing job year in, year out. So, and I know PJ from when I played ball.
Right.
So it's you're talking a long, long time now, George.
George Bliss here with Spiro Frentzas. I'm just having a great time here in 2023.
Big Dave Matthews at the plate now, Dave.
Yeah.
Or Dave Matthews at the plate. Not that Dave Matthews, but Big Dave Matthews from Chicago Police Department.
He had a big home run at Wrigley.
He did it.
Yeah, you were traveling. I did it with the great Mark Carmen from WGN.
Oh, nice.
He hit one way out at Wrigley, so this guy can do it.
He's got the power. And there it goes. That one's gone. I guarantee it. Going. Goodbye.
And
George,
I called it.
George, you called it. Big Dave Matthews hits another home run. Listen to the crowd. As you can hear, his family's behind us screaming, howling, cheering him on.
Number 31, big lefty, Dave Matthews, hits one out of a Major League Park. Oh, my God. That was beautiful to watch.
It brings back reminiscence of my old days, George.
Well, you never hit one out of a Major League Park, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Several.
Okay.
Wrigley was my favorite park.
Dave Matthews, big lefty, hits one deep, brings it to 4-0 CPD. What a beautiful thing. A lot of video on that one. That was fun to watch.
Now you got Kyle Hubert to play another big lefty. Strike one. George, I played in the Frontier League, and we had some opportunity to play in some Major League ballparks, and it's always exciting when you get to hit one out. Ooh. The ball boy took one to the chin. I think Mom's going to be called now.
Yeah, the ball boy.
The ball boy got hit in the face.
Chin.
Yeah.
He does have a helmet on, thank God, right?
Yeah, thank God he had a helmet on.
All right. So they're going to call timeout while we're doing this.
Yeah. We'll see if we can
make
sure the young man is taken care of.
Right. Well, all kinds of things happening today.
As my colleague to my right said, I'm sure there's a
having fun
paramedic in the dugout.
We are enjoying it. It's very lively here. A lot of emotions, but we love it.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable event, isn't it? It's incredible. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
It is
a very beautiful turnout.
Ariana.
Sox or Cubs? Let's get the statement out.
I'm not really.
I'm
not neither. I'm nothing. I actually don't know what's going on here. I don't know when it started, if it's still going on now. I don't know.
What is your sport? Volleyball, football?
No, I used to cheer. We used to be cheerleaders, so I have nothing.
What were you cheering then?
I mean, you're saying we would cheer for basketball, but we would. Yeah, basketball. If anything, basketball, yeah. But other than that, no. I don't know what's going on. I see everybody running around, and I'm just looking for the ball. So, yeah.
As soon as someone else cheers, we're gonna cheer them on. We don't know whose team we're cheering for. We're cheering for the finest.
Please. All right, that's the Preston family, Ariana Preston's family. They're right behind me, and they had a little time out here, and they are doing some work on a young man that got hit by a ball. We're going to be back right after this short pause as they work on this young child here at first base.
Huber with a shot right at the pitcher. Going off the pitcher's glove. Man on first. 2 outs. Now you got bat number 41. If I can find his name. Kevin Bjombick is up to bat right now. So George went to check up on our bat boy over there who got hit by a foul ball. So right now you got 2 outs, man on first. 1 run score from that massive home run from Dave Matthews. So right now we're just waiting for a position switch. Umpire is telling him to step it up and get back to playing ball. Pitcher gets set. Bjombick is digging into home plate. Here comes the windup and the delivery. Low. Ball 1. 1-0, 2 outs, man on first. Pitcher set. Gets ready for his delivery. And the pitch. Strike 1. 1-1. I don't think that ball is going more than 60 miles an hour. And if that. As my colleague to my right agrees with me, that ball wasn't going more than 60 miles an hour. And ironically, that was his fastball. Strike 2. Man goes from first to second. Got 2-2 count, 2 outs, man at second, bottom of the third. Pitcher set, gets into his windup, and the delivery. Ball 3, full count. Here we go, once again, 23rd annual Chicago Fire versus Chicago PD charity baseball game for the Gold Badge members. Pitcher set, looks at the runner, delivers, ball 4. Man on first and second. Johnny Krutz is having a little bit of difficulties over on the mound right now. Bill Munoz is up at the plate. Man on first and second. You got a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. Krutz gets up for delivery. Shot to the second baseman. Off the second baseman glove. Out at first. 3 outs and end of 3. Back to the game as we start the top of the 4th inning. Number 29, Todd Suchek, first baseman, is up at the plate for the Chicago Fire. As Todd digs in as a left-handed batter, stands about 6'2", 6'3". Digs in, waits for the pitcher. Here comes the delivery. Strike 1. LaFlame for the pitcher is delivering. 1-1 count. Todd's been playing for the Chicago Fire for, I believe, all 23 years. He's one of their crafty veterans. The delivery, 2 balls, 1 strike, top of the 4th inning. Fire's trailing 4-0. The delivery, strike 2. You have a 2-2 count on Todd Suchak, the big first baseman for the Chicago Fire. That's going to go foul. Nope. Picked up the ball on the inside of the line for out number 1. Back to the top of the 4th inning. 1 out. Number 4, Brian Melenik takes ball 1 high and inside. Wind up in the delivery. Shot out to right field. Big Dave Matthews hit a bomb, and I mean a bomb last inning. Catches that out in right field. Out number 2. Number 19, Scott Balsner. Chicago Police Department's calling timeout. Vince Macias walking out to see his pitcher. And I think that's it for his pitcher. That's it. That's it for his pitcher. Let's see who they're bringing in now. So we have a pitching change. The Fever is out. Now taking over pitching duties, number 9, Jerry Silva. We are back. Top of the 4th. Jerry Silva's first pitch, high to Balzer. As Balzer digs into home plate. Pitcher sets, gets into his windup, and the delivery is inside again. 2-0 count, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. As Silva gets into his windup, the delivery, shot down the third base side, foul ball. At first base the 2nd inning. See if he can put the bat on the ball and get on base. Silva gets set, comes into his windup, and here comes the delivery. Foul ball right above our heads here. Into the Concord that ball goes. Some lucky fan's going to have a ball to play catch with. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Silva gets set, delivery, strike 3. End of the top of the 4th inning. We'll be right back. So we got a pitching change for the Chicago Fire here at the bottom of the 4th inning. We've got Dakota Paseric pitching for the Chicago Fire Department. Here we go, back to the bottom of the 4th inning. Batting number 21, Justin Diaz. First pitch from Dakota, fouled it off over the first base side. Diaz is set. Nice shot down through the shortstop. Seeing a single. Man on first. Bottom of the 4th. Right now, Matt Segovia's batting for Chicago Police Department. You got a man on first, no outs. Dakota set, delivers. Shot out to the shortstop, 1 out. Throws it back over the first baseman's head. Unfortunately, it hit the backstop. It came rolling back to the first baseman. Number 18's batting, Pablo Padilla for the Chicago Police Department. You got 1 out. Okay. Pablo Padilla batting for her. That's a pop-up. Heads up behind these. Nothing. Right now, you got an 0-1 count. 1 out. Man on first. Pablo Padilla is up at the plate. He's digging in. Dakota set. Getting into his windup. Here comes the delivery. Runner takes off for second base. Throw is way late. Safe at second. Got a 1-1 count, 1 out, man on second. Umpire calls timeout. As we're back to resume play, again, bottom of the 4th, 1 out, 1-1 count to Pablo Padilla. Dakota is setting up on the mound here. He's just trying to figure out what pitch to throw next. He's up in his windup. The delivery, inside. 2-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Diaz is taking a bigger lead at second base. Nobody's covering the bag. Dakota goes into his pitch. Shot down. Oh, third baseman bobbles it. Gets into left field. Here comes Diaz running around third. Plays it. Run scores 5-0. Third baseman got eaten alive massively. Unfortunately, the third baseman let the ball play him instead of him playing the ball. Marino Cantu's up at the plate. Left-handed batter, you got 1 out. Man at first. Throw to first, keep the runner a check. Dakota is getting back on the mound. Trying to settle in as he goes into his windup. Here comes the delivery. That's a shot down the second base line. Gets right past second baseman. Man at first, second. He's going to third. First and third. Number 13, Kevin Sweeney's up at the plate. Kevin Sweeney. Kevin Sweeney's up at the plate. You got man at first and third. Is the runner going to go? Yep. Ball gets a ball. Pass ball. Run scores. You got runner scores 6-0. Chicago Police Department over fire. Man at second. Cantu just sitting at second base. Sweeney digs in. Is just waiting for his pitch. The Chicago Fire Department can't let themselves unravel here. Ball 2-0 count. 1 out. Man at second. Dakota sets, gets into his pitch. Ball 3. 3-0 count. Strike 1. Sweeney wasn't about to give him anything. Figured let him find the plate. Found it. Let's see what he does next. Pitcher set. Delivers. Shot into left field. Looks like they're going to hold him at third. Cantu stops at third. Sweeney stays at first. You got man on first and third. Trying to see what happened to the bat boy. See if he's okay. Sean Moy's up at the plate. So you got 2-2 up at the plate. Sean Moy. Man on first and third. Delivery. Ball 1. Chicago Finest has a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Dakota gets set for the delivery. Man steals second. You got second and third. Inside. 2-1. Here comes the delivery. 2-1 count. Foul ball right behind us into the Concord. Sean Moy still at the plate. Just battling. 2-2 count. 1 out. Man on second and third. Cantu's taking a good-sized lead at third base. That's low. Ball 3. You have a 3-2 count. First base is wide open. You got Big Dave Matthews up at the on deck circle. Another foul ball. 3-2 count. Here comes the delivery. Shot right to right field. It's nope. Overside. 1 runs in. 2 runs in. And Moy stands at second with a ground roll double. Big Dave Matthews a little upset that he didn't have bases loaded to hit another home run. 8-0, bottom of the 4th. And here comes Big Tony Budvaitis for the Chicago Fire Department. Talk to his pitcher. See, it looks like number 34 is coming in to replace Dakota. Nolan Bennett's replacing Dakota here on the pitching mound. Number 34. So we had a pitching change, another pitching change. Number 19, Scott Balsner is on the mound right now. Big Dave Matthews for Chicago Police Department at the plate. You've got a man at second base, and you got Huber on deck. So Big Dave Matthews is digging in. Left-handed batter. Stands about 6'2", 6'3". Takes the first pitch. Line shot down the first baseline. Foul ball. Almost took out the umpire. There we go. Balsner set. Gets into his windup. And the delivery. High. Ball 2. Ball 1. 1-1. The delivery. Swing and a miss. 1-2. He did swing it after that was caught. It was going so slow, he figured he could time it with the sundial. Here comes the delivery. High inside. 2-2. Balls are set. Look at the man at second. The delivery. Shot down to first base side. First baseman gets played by the ball. Run scores. And 9-0. Dave Matthews standing on first. Gonzalez runs it, makes another run in. 9-0. Number 19, Kyle Huber's up at the plate. You got Dave Matthews at first. 1 out. Balzer looks at the signs. Gets set. Gets in his windup. And the delivery. High outside. Ball 1. Balzer waits for the signals. Here it is. Strike 1. 1-1 count to Kyle Huber. Delivery. Shot out into right center. Big Dave Matthews running second. Trotting into third base. While Kyle Huber stays at first. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. And up at the plate. Number 41. It's Kevin Biondic is up at the plate. We looked at the wrong list. Strike 1 to Biondic. He's got a man on first and third. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. Right now, the Fire cannot allow any more runs to score. The windup and the delivery. Yeah. That's a fair ball. It's a shot to left field. right down the line. Hug the lines into left field. 1 run scores. Got another man trotting to third as Bonick stays at second. Hubert third. Big Dave Matthews scores. Munoz is up to bat. Number 16, Munoz. Will Munoz. Will Munoz up at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Man on second and third. That's a shot to left field. Foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, the Chicago Finest leading 10-0 over the Chicago Bravest. Balzer gets set, gets into windup. His delivery, strike 2. That was a screaming fastball at 55 miles an hour. I'm missing my commentary partner over here, George Bliss. It is a 2-2 count, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Munoz is just digging in, setting himself up. Balzer is waiting for the signal from his catcher. Here comes the delivery. Ball 3, full count. 3-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes the windup and the delivery. Swung on. That's a screecher to the second baseman. Out at first base. Still got a man at second and third, 2 outs. And here comes Diaz. Justin Diaz. Big 2-1 for the Chicago Finest, Justin Diaz. That's a pop-up out to right field. Is he going to catch it? Caught it. Out number 3 with a sliding catch by our right fielder. Damage has been done. 6 runs. Bottom of 4. 10-0. Chicago Finest over Chicago Bravest.
So we're now in the top of the 5th inning. George Bliss here. And it's Nolan Bennett with the count 3-2. I'm here with Spiro Frentzas.
George right now
is ground ball to third. Scooped over at third. Fires the first. Yes, just by a fraction. The umpire is over there as he rainbowed one over.
George, here's the story of the night. You've got 11 hits by the Chicago Finest and only 3 hits by the Chicago Bravest with 2 errors. I mean, that says it all right there. Right now, the Chicago Bravest have to step it up. They have to put the bat on the ball and get the ball into play.
They sure do. Here's Elizondo, number 51, with CFD down by 10 here at beautiful Comiskey, the old Comiskey Sox Park, now called Great Rate.
Guaranteed rate.
Guaranteed rate. Check. I always say Great Rate. That must be the competition.
So, yeah, it's guaranteed rate field.
Got it.
The old Sox Park,
I
George.
keep calling it U.S. Cellular. Give me a break. Come on, folks. That tells you I've been along a long time. I used to go watch the White Sox when I was in college a long time ago with Mr. Veck and Chuck Tanner, going way back. So I'm old. But that's okay. I still love baseball. I love doing this for Vince Macias and all the folks at Fire. Of course, our good friend John Catanzara. Don't forget the big game this Friday, softball game at across the street. Ground ball, does not field it. Throws the first late. Ball gets away. So that's an error. Couldn't get the handle on it. Still tried. Off the glove, through the first. Way late.
George, they finally got a hit. It's been a number of innings. They finally got a hit. It's got to start from somewhere.
Here's Elliot Cebollero. Cebollero with a man on first, wearing number 1. Nice slow curve ball. Umpire at home plate calls it a strike. I love seeing Commander Bauer's wife sitting next to me. She's working on the 50-50 raffle. So let's see who wins. I'll announce that in a minute. Swing and a miss. Number 1, not even close to the plate. Calls it the strike. Got fooled on that. Was looking in. Broke outside.
George, I'm ready to put on my uniform and go out and play. I'm ready to put on my old uniform to go out and play.
Yeah, you got it. There's a ball. Straightaway left field. Very high. Man on first goes halfway. Can't get back. He does quickly. So halfway, they play Major League ball here. This is quite a construction of great players. Here's number 26. Beautiful crowd here tonight. I say this is the biggest crowd I've seen. So here is Brett Scharnhorst, number 26. He bets lefty. He gets the strike on the outside corner. This umpire, pretty liberal. Brett Scharnhorst. There's a pitch. Hit straight away, medium center field, but caught out there. And nothing happening as the police department's defense is better than ever. They still lead 10-0. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. George Bliss here, bottom of 5, 10-0. Coming up with a new batter here, number 23, Sapzinski, Brian Sapzinski. Let's see what Brian can do.
George, we're looking at some new players for the Chicago Finest. Are starting to bring in some of the rookies in to let them have some fun playing at this ballpark.
Yeah, Vince Macias has a pretty big bench over there, and they do have several teams in Chicago. There's another team as well that plays hardball. So there's roughly, I don't know, I think it's 8,000 policemen. But when you think of all the great when they think of all the ball players they have, it's amazing when you think about it.
You know, as you look at the different benches, you know, where Tony Budvaitis' fire department team is a limited number of players, where the Chicago Finest has a in-depth, you know, number of players that they can pull from. So, you know, Vince Macias right now is unloading his bench, letting some guys that don't normally play at a great ballpark like Guaranteed Rate Field.
Okay, 1 and 2. That's Spiro Frentzas. George Bliss on the play-by-play. 10-0. That ball's inside. This is Sapzinski batting. Gorgeous temperature out here. It's got to be like 80 degrees. We're approaching a little bit past 8 o'clock Central Time here. You know, just for history reasons, this is an incredible game here. August 2nd, 2023. Ground ball in the hole for the big hit. Sapzinski comes in with the big hit.
As you saw, George, he just rifled one right through the third base and shortstop, right into left field. Single. As once before, the Chicago Police Department is going back to work, getting those hits. They've got 12 hits in 5 innings, and they're still going.
That brings it to number 18, Pablo Padilla. So Pablo with a 10-run lead. There's a pitch right down the middle. Defense hasn't been particularly good on either side, but there's been some good throwouts and whatnot.
It's the errors that hurt the Chicago Fire Department, George. You know, errors caused those runs, blew the game wide open, and now they're playing catch-up.
Yeah, it's tough. But to stop Dave Matthews, that's a key. That was a big shot that really breaks the back. There's a slow curve for the strike.
You know, the only good thing about that Dave Matthews home run, it was a solo home run. That was it. Because if the bases were loaded, who
really
knows where this game would have been.
Well, it's a disaster so far, but again, we're literally halfway.
Yeah.
You know, half of 9 is 4.5 or whatever it is. So here we are.
So you got a 1-2 count, George. Nobody out. Man on first. You know, the Finest are up 10-0.
The uniforms for you folks listening on the internet are, of course, really cool pinstripes. That's hit hard to left field. That's deep and on the warning track, but caught out there. So a long shot, a long fly out for Padilla, and he put a charge in that one.
George, he was about 10, 15 feet away from that going out of the ballpark.
That was a warning track power.
But
warning
again,
track.
Look at the difference between players, fire versus police. These guys are going after it. They're not letting up. They got the foot on the gas. They're going to keep making hits.
Here's Cantu, Marino Cantu, number 35, big lefty. Played a lot of ball, I know, in college. I talked to him several years ago. He swings hard to second, pivot to second, throw over to first. Oh, airmails it, and it would be a overthrow. Let's see if he gives him second. No, Cantu does not take second. 52 is going to come in now. So number 52 is going to be batting. Johnson, looks like Johnson will be batting.
And you got
number
Nash.
5-2. Let's see, that's Nick Johnson.
You got Nash going in for Cantu to run at first base. So, you know, Macias getting some legs out there. He's getting some speed demons out there.
So you see Vince Macias is sending in the bench. Okay, you see him over there, number 30. So this is Nick Johnson. 10 runs, 12 hits, 0 errors. 0 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for fire. Chicago Police Department, with the good luck of our good friend John Catanzara, are winning big. 2 pitches inside. 2-0 to Nick Johnson. This pitcher working quickly, which I like, Spiro. Swing and a foul ball. Foul ball out to the right side.
I do like the way he's working quickly. He's trying to get all the Chicago Police Department players off key, off balance, because before they were just following a simple rhythm with the pitchers from Bravest before. So Balsner is actually getting him off set, getting out there, getting set, and delivering the baseball a lot quicker than his previous pitchers on the mound.
Good analysis there. So let's see what Johnson can do with 2-1. George Bliss here enjoying the game on behalf of everybody in the city of Chicago. There's a ball straight up and high in the sky. Shortstop drifts over, grabs it right behind second base for the out. So they hold it to 0 runs. That's a big victory for the Fire. We'll be back right after this. Fire Department versus Police Department. George Bliss returning here in the bottom. This is check that top of 6, 10-0. First pitch given to number 23. 2-3. Yep, it's Ed Koshani. Kochany. Kochani. 23 batting. Fire Department in the batter's box. There's one really inside. That was close. You're here with Spiro Frentzas. All our friends are here from Police Department, Fire Department. Soft liner to the shortstop. Picked up. Throw. Looks like he trapped it at shortstop. It looked like he had it. I don't know, Spiro. Let's see what they call.
It's got to be an out.
Let's see what they call.
It's got to be an out.
There's going to be a timeout. It looked like he caught it on a fly, but threw anyway. Now, their umpires are consulting. I don't know if it was trapped, he dropped it, or whatever happened there. So this is why umpires are consulting to see what happened here. He is out, so he did catch it on a line drive at short.
He did catch it, George. He just bobbled it, and that's all. Why he threw it to first baseman, no clue.
Yeah, they call it in the release, right? The release, the exchange, that's where he dropped it.
No, he didn't drop the ball at all. He fumbled it. He was just fumbling, and I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why he threw it to first. But I have an update on the bat boy. He's going to have a shiner and a chipped tooth.
Yeah.
But he's going to survive.
Here's Bobby Macias, number 2. It's a little sidearm action there from number 26. John Rafferty pitching now. That's Rafferty, number 26, pitching for Vince Macias' police team. Big crowd here in the broadcast booth. We're having fun. There's a foul ball behind home plate. Bobby Macias, M-A-C-I-S. My apologies if it's wrong. Bobby, lefty, nice looking lefty, number 2 on his jersey, wearing the jersey of Nellig Fox. Wow, that's good history. There's a ground ball foul at home plate.
I know, George. Right now you got Macias just battling out there. He's seen about 7-8 pitches. It's an 0-2 count, 1 out. He's got to get on base somehow.
So there's a ground ball. Third base on a high hop. Throws the first. Drags him off the bag. And that's another throwing error there on behalf of police. They're going to get their act together here.
Listen,
something's going on here.
Listen, George, the third baseman had plenty of time to set and throw. He rushed his throw, which made the first baseman get off the bag, pulled the first baseman off the bag. So now instead of an out, you got man on first, 1 out, and you got Pasetnik out at the plate.
Yep, here is one of the better players on Fire. He's been here for a couple years. Here we go. Dakota Pisarek, number 33, with a man on first. They need miracles now. Let's see what happens. Foul ball behind home plate. Umpire asking for some new balls. They go through a lot of baseballs here. I know it's something like they bring 100 and some balls every game, just in case. Incredible. Yeah, you got it. Right down the middle on the strike. The finest and the bravest. Couple soft balls next to me. My guy Spiro's going to bring these home for his kids. Here's 33, folks, Dakota Pisarek. He swings. That's deep to left, but way foul. Way ahead of that one now. As they say, he straightens that one out. That might be damage.
Somebody in a skybox is going to have a souvenir when they come to the Sox game tomorrow. Because that one was towering, and that was just bouncing up there in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Count is 1-2. Swing, another foul over the top of this. So Dakota playing tough.
Somebody missed catching that foul ball. Off his hands, off the Nova's hands, down through the concourse, through the corridor, down the street.
Okay, here we go. 1 and 2. Foul tip right in front of the plate. Rolls over to the on-deck circle. Picked up there. So Pasaric is keeping in here heavy. And he's swinging. He knows he's not going to take anything. Anything close, he kind of knows they got to go for broke. He's going to be swinging. Try to get the 0 off that number. He swings on an inside high pitch. Got fooled. Was looking for something else. Got fooled there. So the strikeout. So 2 outs. Here's number 17 batting now for Fire. Lauren Turrentine. Here's Lauren, Lorne. He swings at the first pitch for a strike. So Rafferty doing a decent job. Came in for the police department pitching. Big righty. Works quickly, looks and throws from a stretch. Doesn't not wind up. There's a curveball right in the inside corner. This guy's rolling now. Let's see if he can get the third out here, and then they'll go to the bottom of the 6th with a 10-run lead. George Bliss here. Swing and a miss. He gets it. Nothing happening. Great pitching there by police department. We'll return right after this. Here we go, bottom of 6. Number 14 on today's Tapia. Batting for the guys in blue wearing number 14. George Bliss here with you, with our good friend Spiro Frentzas. And the game is relaxed now. We're having fun.
Oh, yeah. There's umpires are trying to call strikes that are like way out of the strike zone at this point. They're trying to give the Braves a chance to come back. So right now, Tapia took ball 2. He's got a 2-1 count, no outs. Finds are leading 10-0 in the bottom of the 6th. That's a strike.
There's a strike there, 2-2. Tapia batting. There's a ball tapped foul by the on-deck circle. CFD in red. Police department kind of off pinstripe, beautiful uniforms, darker pinstripes. The jobs that Vince Macias has done and Tony have done so good for so many years running these teams. There's a strike on a slow curveball. So Tapia swings over that one. Here's number 7 going to bat Walter. So Vince going with number 7. Will Walter. Walter swings and misses, taps it foul. Foul tip. Looks like another couple pinch hitters coming up. Swing. Ball to the right side. Swing another foul ball to the right side. So Walter fouling off pitches to the right side. He's not right on top of it. He's getting him up the end of the bat, but he is making contact. Little adjustment here with the swing. He'll drive it right up the middle. Let's see if I guess right on this. Walter looking for something maybe a little out. Let's see if he can overcompensate. He does. He hits it up the middle to the shortstop. Nice pickup. Throw to first. Out. And a bang play. So, nice running there by Walter, but he got nice contact on that ball. Brings it up to number 34, Drew Schroeder. 2 outs. Bottom of 6. So far, the fire department is in the last 2 innings controlling the onslaught of offense of the police department, but they've got a lot of bats left on that bench. Macias with a loaded lineup, folks. 10-0. Police over fire. 34, Schroeder swings and misses. 1-1. That's way inside for the ball. 2-1. There's a lot of people in the parking lot when I pulled in here to the ballpark. I mean, a lot. Having a lot of picnics, a lot of tailgating. Don't forget the big party on Friday, August 4th. Softball game between fire and police, and different players, some similar players. That's 16-inch no-glove softball. It'll be live streamed on Slow Pitch Softball Association. There's a walk to 34, so they lose Drew Schroeder. So 38's going to bat Flores. 2 outs. They're calling timeout. See if they're going to hit for Flores. Pinch runner, okay. Yeah. Some of the coaches over on police are calling for a pinch runner, and number 7 is going to trot out there. That's Walter. Walter's going to run. It's kind of a last out concept. It's good law.
They're giving everybody a chance to participate, George. That's
right.
the thing.
Don't want to hurt any of these guys. I don't even need to repeat this, but the amount of issues in this city, Chicago, there's no hiding, are taken care of by these very people we're watching, the police and the fire. We sat right in front of Ariana Preston's mother, okay? Ariana Preston was taken from us not long ago by carjackers. We talked to Mrs. Bauer. Her Commander Bauer was taken from us. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop gloves it, but can't get a hold of it. So what I'm saying very, very clearly to everybody that's listening to me, all on behalf of the city of Chicago, fire and police, respect these guys. They're out there fighting battles with a lot of thuggishness going on in the city. There's no hiding from us, so I take my hat off to these guys every single day.
George, I think people are forgetting that both the fire and the police are they're human. They're people just like you and me that are actually sacrificing their lives on a daily basis to keep our city safe. And yes, you're right. We do need to respect them and honor them, especially the ones that have given their lives on the line for us in the city of Chicago. Batting number 3, Jay Nash for the Chicago Police Department. 0-2 count. You got a pinch runner on first base. Chicago Finest is leading 10-0. George?
Right. So Nash, he swings, line drive, off the quick bounce at short, does tag it down. The shortstop does gather it in, but infield hit there. But he stopped it from going into left center. So he swapped it down. Garcia looks like he's in the box, number 29. Coming up next, and he's looking at Vince Macias for possibly a signal. Let's see if they bring up Garcia. And here's another guy. Garcia's on the second on deck, as we say. Here's Vargas, 42. Yep, Vargas is going to bat. And Garcia will be next if we get to him. Danny Vargas. So Vargas batting. 2 outs here in inning number 6. It goes 9, I know. They wouldn't go 7 tonight, would they? Oh! Vargas gets hit off the hip. Not hard, but that does knock in the
11th
unearned run. Yeah, 11. So here's Garcia. Garcia is going to bat number 29. 19 pitching. Juan Garcia. Yeah, I see Juan.
So batting right now, number 29, Juan Garcia for the Chicago Police Department. George takes ball 1.
Scott Balls are pitching now. Juan Garcia, number 29, batting. Balls are delivering the balls. And Scott's got a little problem here with the bases loaded. There's a swing. Not deep, but high to right center. Caught. And there it is for the 3rd out. So, Major League Baseball type defense here. George Bliss, Spiro Frentzas, everybody at the ballpark. We're going to the 7th. We'll be back right after this.
Now we've got Commander Mike Bars up at the plate, inside, ball 1. He's the commander for the 18th district. He's got 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Foul tip. You've got a 1-1 count. Just for the, I agree. 1-1 to Bars. No, didn't hit, missed him. Came close. So you got ball 2, 1 strike, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Chicago Bravest. I'll get that to you in a second. Here comes the delivery. 3-1 count. At you, I'm staying right here. At you, I'm like,
you are the catcher, but
that's true.
Right,
It's right in your wheelhouse.
right in my wheelhouse.
3-1 count. Here comes the delivery. Strike. Wow, he almost took him right out of his shoes. And I'm saying that back here so Commander doesn't hear me and put me in jail. So 3-2 count. Here comes the delivery. Into left center. Just singing that single. George?
Mike Bars, new commander of the 18th District, crushes one to left center. I'm going to grab him after the game because I've known him for years, and he's taken Commander Bauer's job, if you can imagine the strength of that statement.
Yeah.
Mike Bars, God bless you, Commander. 18th District just got appointed by Mayor Johnson.
Awesome. So we got Eric Richten up, number 32, left-handed batter. Again, we got a Nash is going in for, I think, the Commander for a pinch runner. If they're allowing it. Commander takes the lead at first. Here comes the pitch. Ball 1. Are they allowing a pinch runner? Police helicopter above us right now, as you can hear it. So Eric Rednick is at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count. Pitcher sets the delivery. Strike one. 1-1 count. I guess Commander's going to run for himself now. He feels a little frisky. He had that one shot right left center. Yes, he is an athlete. You got a 1-1 count on Rednick. Pitcher set. Delivery. Outside. Ball 2. I guess we're trying to avoid Ricken. So as of right now, it's a 2-1 count. No outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Commander's taking a substantial lead at first base. That's a flare into left field. Bounces. You got a man on first and second. Ricken delivers as usual. Coming up to the bat next is Ramos, number 28. We're here at Guaranteed Rate Field for another charity baseball game between the Chicago Fire Department and Chicago Police Department. This is the 23rd annual charity baseball game. You've got nobody out, man on first and second with Ramos at the plate. Pitcher set, goes into his windup, and the delivery. Inside, you've got a 1-0 count on Julio Ramos, number 28. Pitcher set, gets in his windup, and the delivery. That's a shot down third base line. Fielded by the third base coach, Vince Macias. First time I seen Macias ever catch anything. Hope somebody took a photograph of that, George. You got a 1-1 count on Ramos. Pitcher steps off the rubber, checks the runners. Once again, pitcher steps on the mound, gets set, goes into his long windup, and here comes a delivery. Ball gets past the catcher. Men advance to second and third now. You have a 2-1 count, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitcher's taking that long walk back to the mound, as most pitchers do when the game's out of hand like it is tonight. Trying to get his composure back, see what he can face with Ramos standing at the plate. Pitcher set, goes into that long windup that he's got, and here comes the delivery. Ball is past the catcher. Everybody's staying put. Catcher's got to walk up and talk to his pitcher right now. He's got to settle him down. And I know you got a 3-1 count to Juan Ramos. Pitcher set, again, long windup delivery, foul tip. Only if the home team has lead. It's my colleague to my right, Chris, is giving us the old slaughter rules. After 8.5 innings, if the home team's leading, it's a slaughter rule. You got a full count right now to Juan Ramos, number 28. Pitcher set, goes in that long delivery, hits him, bases loaded for Diallo. De La Ho, I stand corrected. De La Ho is up at the plate. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th inning. Number 11's up at the plate. David De La Ho. First pitch, ball 1. Pitcher set, the long delivery. Inside. Ball 2. 2-0. Bases are juiced. You know, David De La Ho is going to see if he's going to be the superhero and launch one out to the stratosphere. Ball 3. So, George, I'm going to stand because now I'm getting antsy. And it's easier for me to talk when I stand. Ball 4. They walked him. Commander sitting at third base trying to figure out whether he should walk home or not. So, as the Commander Bars gets a standing ovation from fans here, it is now 12-0. Bottom of the 7th, bases still loaded. Strike 1 to Paul Huberta Jr. So right now we got a 0-1 count. Hit him. But Vice has got to come out and do a pitching change. So we got another hit batsman. We'll be right back in 1 second. We'll be right back after these messages. So we got another pitching change. We got Hubert at the plate. Pitcher sets, goes into his windup, and the delivery. Inside. Ball 1. Bases loaded. Fire's just got to do something where they're not going to get destroyed. Right now it's 13-0. Bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody out. Pitcher's in his windup. The delivery. Jammed the batter. That ball looked like it was going to hold whopping 45 miles an hour, George. Again, we're here at Guaranteed Rate Field. It is a beautiful August 2nd night at the ballpark. Chicago Finest versus Chicago Braves. Finest are up 13-0. Ball 2. You had 2-1 count. Strike 2. Strike 2. You got a 2-2 count. You got bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th. Hubert's up at the plate. Does he get hit? Does he strike out? What is he going to do? Jammed them again. You got a 2-2 count, George. What do you think?
Well, slow curveball's coming. Nine's got a nice curveball. Iannino. It's coming curve. So let's see if Huerta, number 2-5, can time it and slash it.
We'll see. Right now, you got a 2-2 count. He's waiting for the signal. He got set. Goes into his windup. And the delivery, low and outside. He's got a full count on him, George. He's got to throw to the plate, regardless. You don't want to walk him. You don't want to throw up a grapefruit. He's got to do something. Pitcher set. He's going into his windup. And the delivery. There it is. Got him. Struck him out with the changeup. Sundial. That last pitch we timed with a sundial. It went like 40 miles an hour, George. We'll be right back. Right now we got number 34 up. Schruber waiting for his first pitch. High. Ball 1. You got a 1-0 count on 1 out. Bases still juiced. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Just missed. You got a 2-0 count. Schwarber's got digging in at home plate. Waiting for his pitch. Pitcher set. Comes in with the delivery. Ball 3. Inside. 3-0 count. Pitcher set. Here comes the delivery. That's a strike. All he has to do is play pitch and catch. That's it. He's just got to play pitch and catch with his catcher. Pitcher set. 3-1 count. The delivery. Ball 4. Another run scores. As Vince Macias is going to unload his bench right now and let everybody who hasn't played play. The Flame is up to the Flame who pitched a great first half is up at the plate now. Bases loaded. The Finest are up 14-0 over the Braves. Bravest. Tyler the Flame is up at the mound. Ball 1. So as we are set here in the bottom of the 7th inning, you got a 1-0 count, 1 out. Ball 2. Bases are still loaded. Who's going to do the damage next? Who's going to get a hit? Because you don't want to be walking in runs right now. Somebody's got to either get a hit and get out of the inning, put the ball in play. Strike 1. He was going for that home run shot, George. LaFlave is sitting at a 1-2 count. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th inning, leading 14-0. Here comes the pitch. Pop up. And it's right behind us. And 3 fans missed catching that ball. You got a 2-2 count. Here's where the pitcher's got to look himself and try to throw some gas. The pitch. It's a dinker. Who's calling it? Second baseman calling it. Out number 2. Infield fly rule. Nash is up at the plate. We're sitting here at beautiful Sox Park. You've got the Chicago Finest just destroying the Chicago Bravest in a charity baseball game. 14-0. You've got Nash up at the plate. Pitcher's got to find the zone. Here comes the delivery. That's a shot to shortstop. Out at second. Third out. We'll be right back. We're back here at the top of the 8th inning at beautiful Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago on a beautiful night on August the 2nd. Right now, you got Nolan Bennett up at the plate. He's got a 2-0 count. Nobody out, nobody on. They're looking for something to happen here. If they don't, this game is just a total blowout. You saw me. I turned my hand. So right now, my colleague to my left is making me reminisce of my playing days back in the day. But right now, we've got a 3-0 count to Nolan Bennett. We'll see what's happening right now. That's a strike. Is that Yuko is pitching for the Chicago Police Department. He's bringing himself back to a 3-2 count. Right now, Bennett's got to choke up, dig in, and wait for his pitch. 3-2 count. Here comes the delivery. He got hit by pitch. He got hit by pitch. He got hit on the pad. So your man on first, Big Ross is coming up to the plate. Big Art Ross. As the pitcher sets, you got a man on first. Big Art Ross digging in the plate. Foul tipped it back here, right in front of us. Top of the 8th inning, we are trailing. The Chicago Braves are trailing 14-0. Men at first, no outs. You got a 1-1 count on Big Art Ross. George, it's safe to say the game's out of reach here.
Yeah, it's going long, but I'm enjoying myself, talking to the fans and just enjoying the park. And afterwards, there's going to be a little bit more tailgating. So I think I'm going to celebrate just a little bit tonight. Why not?
It's a beautiful night at the ballpark. I wish my wife and kids were here, but you know what? With my wife being 8 months pregnant, it's a little difficult to have 2 kids running around.
Wow.
Thank you. As I talk to my colleague to my left, he's expecting a baby like I am. Mine's due September 20th, and his is due October 13th. So, you know, bringing new life to the world here. So Big Art Ross digs in, chokes up on the bat. 2-2 count, nobody out. We've got Girl Boyd. You got a 3-2 count now on Big Art Ross, who held himself before he almost took a swing there. Does he get fooled with a changeup? Does he get fooled with a slider? What is it going to be? I'm thinking slider or inside fastball. Inside fastball, strike 3, 1 out. So Jamie Rodriguez is up at the plate right now. 1 out, top of the 8th inning, man on first. Jamie Rodriguez up at the plate. He's got a 0-1 count, 1 out, man on first. Ball 1. Okay, this game is taking a whole new meaning for the Chicago Fire Department. Right now, you got a 1-1 count at Guaranteed Rate Field. Man on first. Ball 2, high. You got a 2-1 count, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, man on first base. What are you going to do here? Ball 3. Keep your head down. Don't swing at anything. That's my advice. He's got 2 pitches to get you out. Don't swing at anything. Get runners on the base pass. That's a big can of corn out to the second baseman. Shortstop calls it. Nash gets the call. 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. Man on second. Man on first. Excuse me. Man on first. George, send them. Send the runner. Send them. What do they got to lose at this point?
Nothing. Let's see if they can execute the hit and run or the steal or something here.
Well, you got Marty Knoll up at the plate, George. We're going to see if they do call a hit and run. If it was me, that's what I'd call third baseman's playing back.
Right.
So right now, you got a 1-0 count, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Ball 2, good eye. He's keeping his selection to a minimum of what he's swinging at, which is what you need right now. I don't know if you're going to be able to make up 14 runs in the next 2 innings, but you got 4 outs to do it in. Up. That's a pop-up to center, left center. And the center fielder gets it for out number 3. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 8th inning. Back to Chicago Braves, Chicago finest charity baseball game here at Guaranteed Rate Field. We're at the bottom of the 8th inning. We have an 0-1 count to Dan Vargas. 0-2 pitch. Pitcher set, gets into his windup. Right up the middle. Out at first. Wow. Did you see the cannon of an arm there? Wow. I've never seen a ball thrown that hard. And that's football. It's a game of time for baseball. That baseball had some heat on it. Exactly. Juan Garcia's up to plate. 1 out. Up. There's another one launched at the left field. Left fielder sitting camping. Out number 2. Yeah, Commander Baez up to the plate now. 2 dead. Bottom of the 8th inning. Commander Bartz is up at the plate. Bars? Commander Bars. I stand corrected. Commander Bars digs in at home plate. Right-handed batter. Waits for his first pitch. Here comes the delivery. Strike 1. Pitcher gets into his windup. Here's the delivery. Chopped foul as he's trying to stay alive. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Guaranteed Rate Field. You got Ritkin up on the on-deck circle, just waiting to get to the plate. Ball 1. You got a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. The finest are leading 14-0 here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Here comes the pitch. Hits Commander Bartz in the back. So I don't know if the pitcher's going to go to jail now, but he might get a boot on his car. I don't know. Well, it brings up Ripken. Eric Ripken is a tall 6'2" left-handed batter. You got 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, George. You got a man on first base. The Finest are leading 14-0 at this point. Here comes the pitch. Swung and a miss. Gave him the high heat. That looked like it was. Mario Rivera just made an appearance at Guaranteed Rate Field out of retirement. Here comes the pitch. Ball 1. You got a 1-1 count to Eric Ripken. We're getting a little slap happy here, George. Catcher gives a signal. Pitcher goes into his delivery. Right to the second baseman. 3 outs. We'll be right back with the top of the 9th inning.
Okay, here we go, everybody. George Bliss here. This is it. Top of the 9th. A huge mountain to climb. 14-0. 23 Ed Kochanyi is going to start it off. New pitcher, Montenegro, is now pitching. Montenegro pitching.
Well, Montenegro's going to try to work fast to get out of this game as quickly as possible, George. He's going to throw them everything they can possibly think of at this point to just get 3 outs.
Stick with us after this. We're going to have some on-field post-game congratulatory audits on the players. We're going to ask every player who they work for. No, I'm just joking.
No.
Let's see who wins. We're going to get a hold of Vince and maybe Commander Bars and, of course, the people from the fire department as well.
We'll try to get some interviews going, so just to see the perspective on both sides.
Yeah.
Usually, the losing team that gets blown out like this doesn't really want to talk, but we'll try to get 1 or 2 people to
Here
go.
comes Vince now. So Vince Macias is going to make a catcher. He's bringing in a catcher, I understand.
They're going to have a catching change pretty soon, George. Vince Macias just walked over and told us.
Okay. Well, with 3 outs, does it matter? I'm a little confused. We'll find out.
Just give someone time to play. It's a
ground ball.
That's a shot to the shortstop.
Oh, shortstop bobbles.
Bobbled the ball.
20.
Bobbled the ball, George. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, George. They bobbled the ball at short, and you got a man on first. That's the way to start off the inning. Ed Kochanyi did his job as a leadoff player, got on base. We're here at Guaranteed Rate Field on a beautiful August 2nd night. The Chicago Braves are trailing the Chicago Finest 14-0. Right now, you've got Bobby Macias at the plate. Just took ball 1, no strikes. Man at first, nobody out.
Stand by. We're going to have the post game right after this inning.
Ripped to center field. He's going for 2. They're sending him home. Is there a play at the plate? Safe at first. Triple for Bobby Macias.
And the fire department comes alive.
They come alive with the 9th inning, George. I'm hearing rally.
They break the goose egg here, Spiro. They scored 1 run, and Tony Budvaitis is a happy man out there.
George, it's not a blowout, George. That's the thing. It's not a blowout. They got one on the board. Can they get 2? Can they bring in Bobby Macias from third base? There we go. No, that's that foul ball out of the park, but foul ball. Wait, my car's parked over there, George.
That was a nice swing there. Crowd really got jolted there.
So Paseric is at the plate right now. He's got a 1-1 count. Man on third, nobody out. The fire department's got their rally caps on, George.
Yeah.
13 more runs to go. So right now, we are here at Guaranteed Rate Field at the top of the 9th inning with nobody out, man on third. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Right down third baseline. Here comes another run. Can you hear the screaming from the fire department's side?
So they've had 2 hot shots in a row here.
George,
they scored 2.
George, 2 hits. Look at that. You got 2 runs. They're down by 12 now.
They're within reach, I think.
Lauren Turrentine's up at the plate. The man on first. He lays down a beautiful bunt. Talk about a beautiful bunt. Safe at first. Safe at first. Man at second and first and second. Safe at first. Nobody out. Catcher's going to go talk to his pitcher right now. Okay, you got man on first and second. Number 29, Todd Suchuk is up.
This is a perfect position for Todd, who's a very, very popular person and fireman in Chicago, and he can crunch. Let's see what happens.
All he has to do is get it in the gaps. He's got guys that can run on the base pass right now. What's going to happen? Todd's digging in. You got pitcher set, going into his windup. Here comes the delivery. Ball one.
That bunt was textbook.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful bunt. In years.
Yeah, me either.
Here we go. Here comes the windup, the delivery. Ball two. Okay, as you can see, the pitcher's now trying to dig in deep, throw some heat. Problem is, he's got no control when he throws that heat. So he's going to have to bring it down a little bit. He's got 2 balls, no strikes.
It's Rick Montenegro pitching for Bliss. Took a little off that one.
Todd took a good swing on that. Good cut. He saw it's 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, man on first and second. Top of the 9th inning. Pitcher set, goes into delivery. Hey, you and I ducked out of the way. I'm like, nyeh. I'm like, nyeh. All right, here we go. 2-2 on Todd Suchuk. Top of the 9th inning. Pitcher set. Pitcher goes in that long windup. The delivery. Strikes him out. Todd gets called on strike 3. Looking. That's someone that I would not expect to be called on strikes. All right, you got 1 out. Top of the 9th inning. You got man on first and second. You got Kevin Malik up at the plate. Brian Malecki is up at the plate. The delivery. Strike 1 to Brian Malecki.
The width of the plate is getting wider here.
Oh,
that's why Todd should have known if it's close, you got to swing.
Todd should have been protecting at that point. He should have been protecting.
Too perfect there.
That's a shot. That's going to drop. That's dropping. 1 run scores. Man, first and second. Listen to the crowd go. Riley Caps.
So Mladic with another nice hit. Scored the 3rd run in this inning. This is getting exciting.
Let's just hope it's not too little too late, George. They've got 2 outs. It's the top of the 9th inning. 1 out. 1 out. They have two more outs to go. Scott Balsner is up at the plate. You got a runner at first and second. Pitcher comes into his windup. Foul ball down third base line. Coach Tony Budvaitis grabs it, bare hands it. Right now, Scott's behind the count in 0-1, 1 out. Man on first and second. Delivery. And the pitch. It's a chopper to short. There it goes. There comes another run. Bad throw by the second baseman. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. The Braves score another run. It's 4-14. They're down by 10. But it's a rally, George.
Taylor made double play, but the missed throw to first base, and the fire department still has life.
It's the point of them not setting themselves up for a position throw. They're rushing the throw. That throw should have never been rushed like that.
Right.
If you got him out, at least get it to the bag, and you don't risk the guy going to second.
Here's Vince Macias coming out, the captain of the police team. Vince coming out there without his uniform on. He's talking to the catcher. And he is making a change. He's making a change here.
Yeah, he's making a catching change.
A catcher change. Schroeder is walking off the field. Vince Macias down there by third base. And he's doing something here. Kind of a surprise, perhaps, to the fans out here at the ballpark. Catcher still walking around. Got his equipment still on, but the catcher, Schroeder, is walking down the third base line. And he's walking way over to the crowd. Can you believe this? Something's going on here. And Vince Macias has got us guessing out here at the ballpark as the score is 14-4 with 4 big runs here in the top of the 9th by the fire department. Oh, here comes the catcher. Let's see who it is. As soon as he turns his back, I'm going to let you know. He's got the catcher's gear on.
Curry. It looks like his name is Curry.
Looks like number 53.
Curry.
Oh, Mike Curry. Yeah, here it is, 58. It's Mike Curry, Curry. Mike Curry now catching.
Mike Curry catching for the Chicago Police Department. Oh, the ball gets past him on his very first pitch.
Well, Mike needed to warm up there, brother.
Well, as a former catcher, you do need a stretch before you come out.
Well, I think Vince wanted to put him in for some kind of good old nostalgia feeling. And on the first pitch, it went off the tip of his glove.
I think Mike was one of the original catchers on the team.
Gotcha.
Anybody catch it? Not even close.
So Mike Curry right in front of us at the screen.
As a foul ball goes past us. All right, we got a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Nolan Bennett at the plate. Pitcher seems to be struggling a little bit. The Bravest have scored 4 runs at the top of the 9th inning. You got a man on second.
Whoa!
Hits
inside.
Did it hit him?
I don't know. Let's get the umpire. No, pass ball though did bounce off the catcher's glove again. So man on third.
You got a man on third. Nolan Bennett's looking at a 2-1 count, George, with 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning here at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Let's see if Mike Curry can catch a striker. Mike Curry under the legs, pass ball. Foul tip, okay.
Ouch. So, George, you got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning here at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago.
Listen, we're just having fun here. They put in number 58, Mike Curry. Everybody's on their feet watching this to see what happens here. There's a swing.
Wow, that's
left
a
field
shot.
foul.
That's a shot down the left field side, George. Nolan Bennett is fighting for it. He's making the pitcher work. You got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. You got a man at third base. Pitcher goes into his windup in the delivery. Hit him. So now you got man at first and third, which I think brings up Art Ross right now. Big Art Ross. Let's see what he can do. Strike one for Big Art Ross. You don't want to be the guy making the last out, George.
No, I hate that when that happens. Softball, tennis, whatever. Make the last play, you're you miss the shot.
Oh! Another hit batsman. Bases are loaded.
Listen, 24 got stung there. That ball hit him hard. 24.
Somebody's going to be calling off work tomorrow. I can't lift the ladder.
Now there's another timeout.
They're going to do
I don't know if they're going to make a pitching change, but Curry's out there.
George, I think Vince is going to do a pitching change. He's got to.
Let's see what Vince Macias does. This is Rodriguez now.
Rodriguez gets a hold of him. This is a whole new ball game, George.
Oh my gosh, and it looks like he can do it. He's got enough strength up top.
He's got a lot of weight behind him, George.
Yeah, you know that. They are getting some guys warming up in the bullpen. Number 14's going down to warm up.
Seeing a single is all you need. We'll bring in 2.
Well, all the pitchers got to do is just kind of, quite frankly, groove one, see if the defense could pick up a shot here.
Oh yeah, strike one. That was your pitch. That was the pitch.
That was a beauty.
Right down the middle. There we go. Pitch is coming. You got a 1-1 count to Jamie Rodriguez.
Defensive switch on the fly.
Yeah, Nash went back out to shortstop.
Correct.
So right now, here comes the pitch. Strike 2. Well, they're down to the last strike, George.
They are. Go ahead, Spiro. Bring it home. Let's see what happens.
Well, if it was me, George, I'd bring a straight heater right down the middle. Two and 2 count. You knew the umpire was not going to give him that pitch. It's not the way to end the game. But Jamie Rodriguez has got to choke up on the bat, and he's got to protect the plate right here. Bye-bye.
There it is.
Game over.
3. So, final score out here. Spiro Frentzas, George Bliss. Thank you for listening. We're going to have post-game right after this. The final score, 14-4 in favor of the police over fire. Spiro, let's go out the field, and thank you for helping me today.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, George. Right now, just to recap, Chicago Finest, 14 runs, 15 hits, no errors. Chicago Braves, 4 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors.
All right, we'll be on the field right after this pause.